here.
I brewed coffee between the time I filled a whole pot of coffee.
Dude, I aged watching this computer restart like 12 times. I think I'm
what's
at the
going
end
on?
of my
I gotta fly down there. I gotta fix that. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what your billable hours are, but I can't afford you. Or a new computer, apparently.
Maybe we just gotta.
What's up, Sid? Thanks for jumping on.
You can pay me in a D&D session or some crap. What's going on, Tim?
I still have Windows opening up telling me I'm starting up. I went straight to Chrome and it's
I don't understand. I'm gonna have to remote in and fix that shit. What's going on?
I think what is it's a ID10T error. Is that
ID10T? What is it? PEBCAP, I think is what they used to call it.
The problem is somewhere between the monitor and
the keyboard. Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I tried to get on. I was like, 9 o'clock. Let me get on, start up the computer, get some stuff done, and then. Would you like to update? Oh, you don't have a choice. Brandon said, "Fly down." Yeah.
Well, fly up, fly down. Everything north is really downhill, right? So... Everything up there is usually downhill from us. We're Texas. We're at the top of the food chain, right?
Oh, is that? Wow. Oh, Dan, thanks for subscribing anyway, right? Resub next week, resub whenever. It's great.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I appreciate the
Dr. Adam DJ Brett. What's up?
So go on, Dr. Adam
DJ Brett, congratulations.
You got to make sure Adam, our fellow friend Adam, defended his dissertation this past week on Friday and officially passed. And I mean, not official doctor, but I mean, it's all formalities at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think yanking the rug out at this point would be cruel and unusual, right? So,
yeah, right.
Congratulations. Right. I mean, whatever. Congratulations for getting this far.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, absolutely. Where's my coffee? Where's it at? Is it closed? What's going on here? Anywho. Oh, did he lock up? Oh, wonderful. We'll I'll replace him with a keyboard real quick. Oh man, did we lose him again? Hilarious. He's gonna get such a.
I love it. I've been replaced by a keyboard over and over again. I keep getting replaced by a keyboard.
I can always, I could just go boom, go solo here. But,
roll the goddamn credits before I get.
Are you ready? Will I break the computer? Will it break if I run the credits?
We have a short amount of time here.
All right, we're on borrowed time here. Let's kick it off. Welcome everyone to another week at the Mid-Geek Crisis episode.
Is that a new mic?
No, it's the same mic. I'm just moving it around, giving it some air to breathe over here on this side.
Yeah, so I think as long as I don't touch too many things, I should be good for the next hour or so.
Good.
Yeah, there we go.
Don't breathe on it. Did you finally have to close Civ 6 on there?
No, I had.
Or does it auto start with the computer? Is that what's going on?
You want to know the sad truth, Joe? I haven't played it probably in like 3 months because I forgot my Steam password and I'm too lazy to reset it.
Oh my god! Didn't this happen early on? I remember this happening with your like Xbox Live. You didn't want to move your Xbox or upgrade your Xbox, so you forgot your Xbox password.
No. My wife, when she got me an Xbox as a gift, she set up my user account and she set it up as like the birthday as the day she bought it. So it had all these kid locks on it, and I couldn't do anything with the account. So I had to create a new account. I was in bed.
gotta turn
come
up.
on. Too soon.
Oh, like I said, welcome to the Mid-Geek
Oh,
Crisis.
Jesus
You know what? This episode's going to be weird because I really couldn't find anything specific to talk about this week other than The Batman, only because I watched it and it was fantastic. And I'm sure
Oh
maybe
God,
people saw
your
it.
standards are so low. Anything would be fantastic in a movie theater.
Dude, it's
Michael Bay eating
fantastic.
popcorn, and you'd be like,
don't
"Oh, this is genius,
shoot your eye
genius."
hole, sir. It is a genius movie, and it's
a
getting
genius
rave
movie.
reviews.
It is a Batman movie, right?
Yeah, and I'm not
Okay.
the only one that's saying it for the first time in a long time, right? Like, usually DC movies, I'm like, I loved it, and everyone's like, it sucks, and I'm like, oh man, okay, well, I guess everyone thinks it sucks
Because it doesn't have Superman, right? Is that?
It does not have Superman in it. I did finish Peacekeeper, Peacemaker, by the way.
Oh, there you go. You finished Peacemaker finally.
I did. I finished Peacemaker, and that was great, man. Like that was a great show all the way to the end. I think I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all the way to the end.
I enjoyed it all the way to the end. Some jokes I was like, man, I might be too old for some of this humor, but I did enjoy it all the way to the end. I worry that James Gunn has like one trick, and he just does that trick really well.
I'm okay with that.
He's just gonna keep doing it. Huh?
Sure, I'm okay with it. If his trick is taking an obscure character that no one gives two craps about, putting him into live action media and making him interesting, I'm okay with that trick.
Yeah, I was more like the wisecracking anti-heroes is really where he's going to be at. Guardians of the Galaxy had a similar vibe.
It's definitely more family oriented, right?
Well, I mean, it's Marvel DC. It's going to be more family oriented, right? He just gets to curse more in the DC movies.
He does get to curse more. I need to
blow
start
things
that.
up. So yeah, Batman. Even Rotten Tomatoes gave it a good score. Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't do spoilers this week, right? Because
I won't do spoilers. I definitely don't want to talk about spoilers.
We want to be respectful for about 3 weeks.
I'll give it 2 weeks. I'll give it 2 weeks. I'll give it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, they're accelerating. Like I think it's already got a Blu-ray release date of like May 11th or something like that. May 17th.
Like right in time for me to hoist the pirate flag. That's
yeah. And I think digital will be out like 3 weeks before that, give or take. So I think April 19th is what I heard. I might be wrong. Yeah, man. John Cena is great at one-liners. John Cena was a fantastic. HBO Max will show it next month. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, well that'll give me. I'll watch it about 18 times.
So the weekend after it's on HBO Max, everyone be prepared for spoilers on our show.
Right. That's fair.
Because I'll have seen it by then. Hey, it's all about me. April 16th. You're spot on.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I knew it was like mid-April. I think I heard that it was going to be on a digital format of some way, shape, or form.
You know what else is on? No, wait. You know what just hit Netflix? Starship Troopers. Do you know who watched it on Netflix right away? This guy. You know what?
We quote that movie as much as
Pirates on this show. Ice Pirates is on HBO Max. Did you realize that? Like one of the cheesiest sci-fi movies from back in the day is on HBO Max, and I'm like, why haven't I watched this yet? Why did no one tell me Ice Pirates is on HBO Max?
Go Astronaut Go was watching Buckaroo Banzai, wasn't he? Like recently.
That's great though. I've got that on DVD. That's I don't have much media, but I have Buckaroo Banzai.
Indeed. Man, Ice Pirates. I haven't watched that. I should watch it with the kids.
You haven't, dude.
Is that a kid movie still? Is that count?
It's got some herpes jokes right at the
beginning. That's fine. If we watched it,
it was like, ew, DVD. I almost said VHS because that might be what I have it on, Tim.
I might do the same because I saw the second season of Picard hit, and I want to watch the rest of Lower Decks, and Halo is coming out at the end of
Halo.
Week.
I mean, Lower Decks was only 2 seasons, right? Oh, you haven't finished it?
I didn't finish watching the second season.
Hey, Chance, thanks for jumping on.
What's going on, Chance? It's man. So let's cut back here. Let's start with Peacemaker.
Okay.
Just because we both watched it.
Yes.
So we can kind of start that. That was
welcome to the Mid-Geek Crisis, where we talk about shows you finished watching.
It ended. It's we get on it. We'll get on it when we do. And our take is the most important take, right?
Yes, that's the hottest.
That's the hottest take. Right? It was great, man. That was one of those shows that surprised me. It did take me a little longer to watch. I watched the first 4 episodes.
Yep.
And I stopped, not because I had to, just because I didn't have enough time to sit down and watch it. And then I binged all of it. I binged for 5 through 8 or 9 or whatever it was.
You binged it. Wow. Okay.
Like all of it at the end there this past weekend. And it was great. I wasn't again, good character growth, good learning experience. I think that's Gunn's big push. He likes to make his characters kind of grow and evolve a little bit. He did the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy and Star-Lord's character. You know, he's growing. I mean, I don't know how much continuity we get between movies of the growth, but
right. And they're still wisecracking, team working folks. But yes, they resolve some sort of character struggle. I
mean, can we say that he might be one of the definitive modern team movie or team group movie directors? It's hard. Yeah, you don't get to see that very often.
It's like Joss Whedon, Zack Snyder.
No, sir. No.
Well, J.J. Abrams is somewhere in there for his Star Trek disasters, right? So, Rolls is diving into the first episode tonight of Peacemaker. So,
man, go for it. You know, then I won't spoil it.
If you like hair metal and hair bands, you will really like this.
Yeah, if you're a fan of 80s hair metal,
it's a really good soundtrack going on.
Good soundtrack. Again, it gets lewd a little bit. There's a couple episodes. The first 2 episodes, there's definitely some nudity. So if you don't know kids, I would definitely watch. No kids for the violence, actually, more than anything. The nudity, it happens. It's nature.
Yeah, the violence is pretty violent.
Yeah, it's pretty violent.
You're right. Hair metal is not metal. It's pop rock.
Oh, it's rock and roll.
Listen, if we can have black metal, we can have hair metal. Like, it's not.
No, sure, it is absolutely. There's
a spectrum of metal now.
There's a spectrum. It's rock.
Everything's included in it.
Can we just call it rock?
Somewhere in there in the metal.
Is that the genre, and then the subgenre would be? I say rock.
It's rock. I need something to tie me over until Obi-Wan comes out. Well,
yeah, that would be coming out.
Is on Netflix. Rolls, you could just watch that on repeat.
over and over again. So I won't spoil it since Rolls hasn't watched it yet. But Peacemaker was great. I give it a solid, 8 or 9, I guess, out of 10 is what if I'm going to rate it on a number scale. But honestly, I really enjoyed the character. I want to see more. I don't know.
I want to live more in that DC universe. That's where I want to live. The sort of dark side of DC is where I want to be for a little while longer.
Yeah, I won't spoil what we see at the end. We do see some cameos for some previous DCU characters. Mm-hmm. I dig the jabs at them. I think that Peacemaker, I love that he can say that stuff and walk away from it all.
Well, we should all be disrespectful to our gods, right? That's what it's all about.
Right. Of course, exactly. Great show. Some good twists there. I was expecting things to go kind of a one way, and then they kind of, they weren't predictable, but they definitely they gave you 2 choices, and the obvious choice isn't always the choice given. So
yeah, it wasn't complicated though.
It wasn't complicated. There wasn't any complication whatsoever. Again, he was given a good budget. I think the special effects were great. I think the threat was pretty decent.
I think the reveals were fun. I think the characters were solid, and as always, James Gunn can write the hell out of some wisecracking on.
He can. Also,
I think the post-credit scenes were also hilarious. Usually, that's where I laugh the most.
For Rolls, if you're starting to watch it, there are post-credit scenes, but the post-credit scenes aren't post-show. Like, usually you watch them to kind of what's going to happen, or maybe there's
they're joke reels. They're joke reels.
They're joke reels. They usually reference something that happened already in the episode, and they just continue it. So I think that's another great take. You don't have to watch them, but there's some good jokes
Peacemaker has hair metal and nudity. I missed some stuff when I went from my room to the living room and moved to the PC. Yes, Brandon, maybe you skipped the whole episode, but definitely some of the opening episodes has a little bit of risque action.
Oh yeah,
and then I mean, I guess maybe it's not hair metal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's long-haired white dudes screaming into the mic. Is that not hair metal?
No, yeah, just Twisted Sister is referenced on that. No, absolutely, it's hair metal.
Maybe I'm old and don't know anything, but I was okay. Fair enough. Yes. Yes, that's a review of Peacemaker. Actually, it has hair metal and nudity, and
Yeah, it's great if you're into '80s nostalgia and growing up, and
overt violence, and you like Suicide Squad. That's pretty.
if you like Suicide Squad, if you like dad issues and dad resolutions.
I mean, if you're into comic books, you have dad issues.
Right, that's true. That's very true. Anywho, all right, so we caught up on that, and then the next thing in the DC universe was The Batman, which was a movie that I went in with zero expectations.
Okay.
I think one of the early episodes of our show, when they announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I remember kind of come to grasp with that, like, what really is this what we're doing? And then realizing, well, wait a minute, he's done a bunch of movies since then. I went back and watched a lot of his movies that he's been in since Twilight. Everyone was like, oh, the guy from Twilight. I'm like, and then I watched a couple of the Scorsese. There's a Scorsese movie with him, and then I watched The Lighthouse recently. And that was, I mean, that's a take. Like he's definitely got some range. And what I saw there was like, man, this guy could play Batman. And sure enough, I took my kids. Sorry,
you don't need chops to play Batman.
So I think you need. It's not chops to play Batman. You're right. I mean, Batman can be very one-dimensional, but I think we don't want Clooney Batman, right?
I don't know what Batman we want, but did we get a Batman we wanted?
I thought so.
Oh, that's great. Good. I'm glad. Was he the grim, dark Batman we needed for our times?
Yes.
Great.
So one of the reviews, I'm going to try to give this a spoiler review as non-spoilery as I can. I will say there were other reviews that had this take that they were like, I don't like the fact that his take on Batman, or I guess Matt Reeves' take on Batman, because I would give this more to the director than Robert Pattinson. Was that he's kind of the same character as Bruce Wayne and as Batman.
Okay.
Where we've seen other actors kind of take that both ways, right? Like when he's like Christian Bale's version of Bruce Wayne was, he was kind of the playboy, he was out and about, he, whatever, he really knew how to put on the persona that he was kind of, dumb and rich and, whatever, spend money. And the higher voice, the more, not the grizzly Batman, got the deep voice all the time. But in this movie, in timeline, in the Batman mythos, this would be year 2. This would be 2 years as Batman, and it's his second year into the Batman experiment, I guess you would call it. And he really doesn't care about being Bruce Wayne.
Okay,
like, that's kind of the best way to put it. If you really go in that mindset, is like he kind of comes home from doing the Batman thing. He's like at sunrise practically. He's scars and beat up and bruises. He takes off the suit. You've got Alfred like, hey man, you got like a meeting that you got to go to, and he's like, oh god, I don't want to freaking do that. Why do I have to do that? And Alfred is constantly giving him that whole like, you got to keep up appearances. You can't just, and he's like, I don't want to do this crap. I don't want to do it.
So it's a comic book version of how I feel when I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Where I'm like,
right.
I don't want to go to. God damn it!
I don't want to do that. So in this movie, as a matter of fact, again, without spoilers, there are comments when he does make appearances outside of Wayne Manor. Like the media goes on a frenzy. They're like, holy crap, it's Bruce Wayne. Like when was the last time we saw this guy? Like months. We saw him maybe once in a while, but he really stays out of the spotlight, really doesn't get seen. So I guess what I'm getting at is, since this is early on, I would imagine, and this is again speculation, I would imagine that this movie, there's definitely some lessons learned as Batman, some things happen, some character growth. And what I'm getting from this version of Batman is that he doesn't know how to separate home and work yet.
All right.
And I think by the time this movie ends, there's some definite evolution of the character, which I enjoyed a lot. It was really great take on Batman, a different take on Batman for sure.
That's what we need. More.
A lot of people will say it's very similar, but there are some nuances. Also, I've gone on rants on this before. I am not a huge fan of the Dark Knight Christian Bale's series. I like them for Batman. I like them as DC movies. But I think that take of Batman is very one note. It's very, I'm Batman, I'm rich. and he just kind of throws money at the situation. He buys all his gadgets. Lucius tends to be his kind of creator. Can you ban Chris for me real quick? Makes all of his stuff. He doesn't really use his brain much. He doesn't detect much. Everything kind of falls into play for him, right? And there's very weird writing in that whole trilogy. The timeline of that movie is very weird. How long he's actually Batman is very weird, but everyone doesn't pay attention to that. They just see 3 movies, when in reality, when you really look at the timeline between 1 and 2, the first movie and the second movie, he's only been Batman for a couple months, and then he retires, and then he leaves the city, and he comes back, I think, 8 years later in the last movie.
I don't even remember the last movie.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely some weird choices in that last movie. Everyone tends to forget a lot of the choices that were made in that movie.
It's got some great lines about.
But again, this movie, The Batman, is definitely a noir detective movie. It is a noir detective movie. Him actually working with the police, him walking into crime scenes, him picking out evidence, him detecting and using clues. Again, it was a very fresh.
Is that why it's 3 hours long?
Yes, it is definitely a crime saga. The entire movie is like clue after clue after murder after clue after situational drama. There's very little Bruce Wayne in this movie because he is constantly in the suit, but also there is not as much action as you think there would be. Like, you would think he's like constantly beating up dudes, and he's not. I mean, he is.
Yeah, the trailer shows a lot of violence,
but he's not. Like, there's an intro scene, and then a lot of detecting, a lot of like intimidation as Batman. And then there's drama behind the scenes. There's not a constant like gotta fight this guy, fight this group.
All right. No more spoilers. So
again,
how was the theater experience? Did people like it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people. There was definitely some cheers.
They clap at the screen. That's my favorite, when people clap at the screen.
I think there was. There might have been 1 or 2. I think there was.
Credit scene. We got some cheers for.
Another big thing that was important for this movie is the sound direction of this movie. From interviews and from what I've seen, is this movie takes a lot of that horror element and uses the situation, the sound, the visualization. It's a dark movie. It's dark as in like, because it's at night the entire time. That's always going to be one of those things where everyone's complaining that it's too dark, but the whole movie's filmed in like a dark alley, right? Like it's Batman in an alley through the whole movie.
That should be no excuse anymore. But
it's not. I mean, I'm saying the movie has it's got a noir look to it.
Sure, I dig it.
The sound, the intimidation, the moves that Batman does. Like, there's a lot of walking, and when he walks, the sounds of his boot just alone is like a fear driver towards whatever moment in the movie. The car, for example, you never really get a clean shot of the car, because the car is a horror element. Like, its first appearance, which we've seen in the trailer one, is literally like in a dark alley and the lights turn on, and then it's used as like an intimidation, like, I'm coming to get you.
I get it. I dig it. So it's a different approach with the Dark Knight. Worth the 3-hour sit down at a comfortable movie theater.
Yeah, at a comfortable movie theater. Get yourself, make sure you got a theater with good seats.
You think it reboots? Does it fit into the DC universe? Is it a one-shot deal like the Joker?
I don't know where to go with that. It definitely is not a one shot. There was definitely world building.
Okay, all right, good. So look forward to the world building, everybody. I look forward to HBO Max on April 16th is when I will watch it. So that's what I'm excited for, that deal. Good.
Yeah, if you don't want to risk the theater or babysitters or whatever else, go wait till 1 month from soon, 1 month and a week, give or take 5 weeks from now, you'll be able to watch it on HBO Max.
All right, there you go. Anybody rocking Elden Ring? I don't know if folks our age are rocking it, but I almost bought it this weekend because I was like, I should just get it. Everyone's talking about it. I should just play it. But then,
dude, the FOMO is real. It's real.
People whose opinion on video games I respect, outside of this crew, are giving me good reasons to try it. Right? Saying, hey, give it a reason now. The multiplayer was pretty cool. This is pretty cool. They do some neat things. It's like it took everything they learned from Dark Souls and made a great game. Is what I'm being told. So I don't know. Well, maybe we'll figure out where to put. Maybe when it drops to 45, I'll pick it up.
Might have to pick up the PS4 version. It's a little cheaper. I've seen it as low as $45 to $50. Well, because you pick up the PS4 version and then it auto upgrades to PS5.
That feels like a lot of work.
Well, I'm
$15 worth of work. Just Yeah, Chris is saying I'll wait for the Game of the Year edition. See, that my worry, Chris, is that if I wait, I'll miss out on all the like multiplayer aspects where you don't get help on the bosses and
Yeah.
you just endure a million notes about fingers and butts, which I don't quite get, but I kind of get. I get what's going on.
There's also, isn't there like, there's people that will write notes to do something, and in reality, it's the wrong thing. So you'll
jump off the cliff is often what people say, and you jump off the cliff and you die. But there's probably like one place where you're supposed to jump off the cliff for the secret room or things like that. So
right,
yeah.
We had another game launched this past week that just press Alt F4. That's right. I noticed that Square released a game, Babylon's Fall. Have you heard of this game?
No, I mean I feel like it was in my brain somewhere in the deep knowledge, but I don't remember. It dropped Babylon's Fall.
It dropped. It was called Babylon's Fall. It's a Square Enix game. Chris, yes, it is. It is on PC.
It's on PC.
It's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's on pretty much all the consoles except Switch, obviously. It is even certified to work with the Steam Deck when it comes out.
Certified.
So the PC copy will play on the Steam Deck. So Babylon's Fall is a Square Enix game that dropped, and it was supposed to be kind of a big deal, and it bombed. Like it bombed horribly. Like it's horrible, like being dragged as on review. I think it's Sony exclusive.
What is it? Pull it up. I never even. Is it?
I don't. Here, I'll pull up the info on it. But I'm kind of sad that something like this just kind of bombed like this for a big studio.
That's rough. That's well, I mean, studios bomb all the time. Anthem is the last big bomb that I can remember from way back when. So. Is that another Sony property? No, Anthem was Take-Two. Who did? No, Anthem was BioWare, right?
Yeah, BioWare. So here's the combat trailer for this.
Nobody can see it right now. Oh, there we go. Like 35 clicks.
You survived. But you are no longer you. You have merged with the Gideon coffin and have become a sentinel.
Oh boy.
Greatest hope in conquering the Ziggurat. It is imperative
that
you learn
Ziggurat.
How to control your new power. Release the gut strings.
I mean, this game just feels like it would have gotten lost releasing it when Elden Ring came out.
Now you will wield 4.
Feels very similar.
It doesn't. It looks like any other crappy phone.
The enemies are not. Choose swords for close combat to be fast and lethal, and easily combo light and heavy attacks. If you are surrounded, use the spectral attack, and then launch your enemy into the air. For even greater power, choose hammers. Blows like these must be powered up, but you are still free to dodge. And your defense and charge attacks increase. Once you have full power, the enemies will know, but it will be too late.
Yeah, so any other boring clone, right?
Yeah, it just looks like another game, another kind of medieval fantasy. It came out at the wrong time, I guess.
For a melee game. So was it multiplayer? Everyone just bought Elden Ring or Horizons, right?
I don't know, man. I've never seen a game get dragged like this. Let me pull up the Metacritic on it. I'm not a big fan of the aggregated reviews, but like this is, ouch.
Is it getting bombed just because it's controversial or just because they didn't meet expectations? Sometimes people just you can't trust aggregates anymore because people bomb it for whatever reason they want.
No, I get it, but it's
been bombed pretty bad. Ooh, that's rough. Nobody's getting a bonus in that studio.
So 42% Metacritic at 2.2 on the user score.
Rough.
Usually it's one or the other, right? Like usually you can see the fact that the user score will be pretty high.
Yeah, or they're bombing it for some reason, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's done by Platinum Games, which tends to put out some pretty good stuff.
Maybe they were just rushed and crunched And
an extremely poor game with low player base and horrific bugs.
Oh God, yeah. Why not just play Elden Ring instead at full price? And
Right.
That's right, Dr. DJ Brett. You cannot trust people. You cannot.
You cannot. I mean, again, it's just weird. I would have, if I was this company, if I was Square, and I had a game that was medieval or action based in any way, shape, or form, I would have delayed it. I would have seen what was happening and pulled it 3 weeks before.
But you know, I mean, like once that supply chain has left the station, you can't really.
I guess I don't know. I mean,
you can't really pull it.
It's not like Elden Ring announced the release date 2 days ago. They knew. I mean, did they just
I don't know.
That a Square game?
Maybe they thought Elden Ring would get pushed out, or I don't know how people time things when it comes to video games. I mean, Elden Ring came out, I mean, probably at a perfect time. Nothing else is really out. No other.
Yeah, I read a take on them saying that this is the highest reviewed or the most bought and highest reviewed Japanese game outside of Nintendo in a long time.
Oh, well, it's got. I mean, it's being covered more than the Ukrainian war, right? Like it's
there's a war going on.
No, I think it was like it's called the UN is calling it like a military action is what we're supposed to call it according to the UN.
Way to diminish people, right?
Not just diminish it, but yeah. So Elden Ring is just every game link. I don't have anything to talk about it because it feels like every game link is about Elden Ring or people.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is one of those things. Like I can't. There was no news that I could talk about because it's all Elden Ring.
Drowning under Elden Ring,
and I'm not playing it. I downloaded the what is it? The new Kirby game. There's a demo.
The Kirby demo.
It was great.
We were joking around in text earlier, Joe and I, where we were just like, everyone's talking about Elden Ring, and we're over here playing like retro games, and I'm starting up Mass Effect for not.
Yeah, really I've been playing my arcade machine. I got my new Astro City shirt. I posted it on my Twitter. You can go follow the guy that made it if you're interested in buying it. He makes it in 2 colors.
I mean, you know what shirt I'm wearing, baby. That's
New York City.
All day, every day. I have like 5 of these. I just wear them all the time.
You're like Homer. You've got like the five polo shirts and the jeans, right? Just
2 different gray hoodies.
Are you the type of person that buys 2 of the same thing, like just because you know that you're gonna like it if it's a good one, and you'll just like?
So yeah, I mean, like I buy 2 of the same thing if I like it. If I think they might not have it anymore, I'll buy another one, right? And you should see how I dress for work: blue shirt, brown khakis, identical.
Every day.
Every day.
Holy moly!
What am I wearing today? Blue shirt, khaki pants, done.
You don't put a little, purple shirt or a pink shirt?
I have one pink shirt to switch it up every so often, but that's it. It's all blue. Just makes my life easier, man. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Look, you open a drawer and you got to choose from 700 video game shirts, right? And you're like,
they're not on a shirt. I hang them. My entire closet is.
You open your walk-in closet full of gamer shirts.
Yeah, I do actually. I do.
Shirts? You're a monster. At least I day code my clothes. Got my Monday fit. I love it. See, that's the shit, Rolls. But you travel a lot, from what I remember. You're a traveler, so you gotta.
When I worked in the office, I would color code. I definitely had shoes that matched certain shirts. When I do, since I work from home now, when I do go out, I do tend to match my kicks with my shoes, with my shirt. So like if I've got a yellowish shirt, or I find something
there, you got the drip, you got to rock it.
Drip,
and you're all like, you were wearing that yesterday, Pedro.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be the dad. I don't want to rock the New Balances. The dad.
I do. I earned it. This I earned. I earned this. And in 4 more years, I'm going to wear a big old hat. I'm going to yell at people in my yard. I earned this, Joe.
I earned it too, but I basically appeared on reserve.
I'm not fighting against it. I'm. It's a comfortable fit, right? Like that's what this is.
Adam, explain this to me. I'm interested. I dress left to right in the closet, as in like the left side of your closet is like undies and socks, and then like undershirt, and then like shirt, and then like I'm trying to imagine.
He's got a Sunday outfit, and then it goes through the week.
Like conveyor belt. Like is it like you come in and just it's like you just roll down it?
I mean, like is it pants and shirts intermixed? Because that would drive me insane, right?
No,
I gotta keep them separate. Can't do that.
I got like 3 pairs of jeans. That's it. Like right, like do we rock more than a few pairs of jeans? I mean,
I have one pair of jeans, and I need to buy a new one because this one pair is on this
Well,
last.
I have one pair that I use all the time. I'm just saying, like you've got like a darker blue and a light blue, right? Or no?
No.
You don't even have a dress.
I buy a pair of jeans around the same time that I buy a new iPhone.
Once every like 4 years. I love it. Oh man.
4 pairs of jeans, Dad says. There you go.
Sunday is the furthest left than Monday. Then okay. So every day, like
pants and shirts on the hanger together. Oh, so he like valets his outfits for the week. That's an
interesting way of doing it.
Your Sundays must be interesting as you lay it all out after you do your laundry. That would drive me insane. Yes, Dr. Scrubs.
Wrong kind of doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? Well, doctor of philosophy.
I can help you process this, maybe.
I can help you process this grief.
Here's a good book. A couple of links. What is religion exactly? So it's all the good stuff.
So on Thursday, it's Mario Day, right? Every year we've talked about this. It's
March 10th, right? Mario Day.
If you're interested, there's going to be a couple of deals going on.
I saw that. They sent me an email. Nintendo's so nice to help me out.
So we've got Mario Deluxe, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, Yoshi's Crafted World, and Luigi's Mansion 3 are all 33% off, dropping from $59.99 to $39.99.
How old are these games? That's not a...
Well, I mean, they're old, right? So, like, for example, Mario Kart Deluxe was a launch title, practically. Yeah. Super Mario 3D World is last year. It came out around last year, Mario Day. New Super Mario U Deluxe came out last year as well. Yoshi's Crafted World is it's a remake, or it's a re-release of the Wii U version of Crafted. And then Crafted World is I'm sorry, that's the paper one. So that's a new take. It's not the yarn Yoshi. And then Luigi's Mansion 3. So I mean, they're all a few years old. There hasn't been a new game, but I mean, all these games
like any of these are deals though.
But I mean, the problem is Nintendo titles don't go down in price very often. Now, again, one of the best deals, of course, is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Everyone has that though at this point, right?
Hopefully they do, and I will keep saying people need to buy that. Anything with the XCOM style formula like that was a fresh breath of air.
It's all I play now. I've been playing ridiculous number of tactics games. It was great. It was a great property. It was deeper than I thought. It was solid. Isn't there a part 2 coming? I thought
Yes, there's a part 2 coming.
I did. All right. So there is a part 2 coming. Which
I will say, I hate saying this, but the reason that these deals are good is because Nintendo's just stupid ownership rights, right? Like I can't buy my game. Like if I have a physical copy, I can let my kid play it, but the digital copy, I can't sign into his Switch and he play it because there has to be one primary Switch and the rest of them aren't. So the only way I could do that would be give my kids my primary Switch, and then mine would always be the secondary, and then mine would always be online. But then they would be able to take it out of the house, because if it's out of the house and it doesn't connect to the internet, then the game won't play. That's Nintendo's DRM.
I don't understand. Don't you have a family account? Can't they just play?
No, that's not how it works with Nintendo. So the way it works is this: it's your content is tied to your account, but it's also tied to your console. So you can have a primary console, and you can have as many secondary consoles as you want. But if, let's say you buy a game, so let's say Animal Crossing, right? I buy Animal Crossing. Yeah, here we go. He knows what I'm talking about. If I buy Animal Crossing on my system is my main system. So when I take my system away from home and I'm away from internet access, I can play as much as I want.
Right.
If my kids Switch, I sign in with my account, I download Animal Crossing. They can play it as long as I'm not playing it at the same time, right? So it won't let you play it if you're on the same time. But if they play it, the moment that they play it, it'll go online and check if you own it, and it'll use my account. Like it'll use my account on the Switch to verify. If they leave the house with it, since there's no internet access, and they try to play the game under their account, it won't let them. It won't even let them log in with my account on their Switch away from the house. So the game is essentially rented on their system, and it has to call home before it tries to launch it.
Oh wow, that's That's
it's ludicrous. Nintendo. It's one of Nintendo's biggest faults. So here we go. Dan, I have the physical for 3 houses. Wife plays it all the time on main and light. I bought the DLC on my account. She can no longer play on the light because she doesn't have access to the DLC. Right? There's all these like so you're jumping her. So what's so angry? What makes me so angry about the whole Nintendo ecosystem is that they've made this system a portable system. It's almost like they encourage the fact that you might own more than one.
Yeah,
but they don't make the content sharing easy for more than one Switch. Also, there's all sorts of havoc with cloud saves. So, for example, I'm playing a game. Let's say you're playing a big game and you left it paused. You leave the house or whatever, and then it's when you unlock it, it has to get online to check. Like if this isn't your main Switch, this is your secondary Switch, and it won't let you play the game if you're at home, if you're not at home. Second, if that save doesn't upload to the cloud and you might play it on another system or whatever the case may be, it'll override and mess with your saves.
I think that's happened to me before, but yes, I'm with you there.
There's just all
what
sorts
if they're
of
at a friend's house on the internet? I think as long as you can connect to the internet, they can verify.
Right, but then if you're at the friend's house, you would have retroactively had to have asked your friend for their Wi-Fi and added that Wi-Fi account under the system settings so that they would automatically connect when they get to their friend's house.
Yeah, there's a lot of work involved.
I mean, it's just an extra step that shouldn't happen. There should be some sort of family account, and there isn't.
I think I have 2 Switches, right? I have a second Switch. I haven't even set up the second Switch really because I was like, man, I have to buy everything a second time. Why would I want to do this?
So
I just want to.
Again, I'm saying this is the only way I could see it is some of these games, like I've already paid full price for some of them. If you want your kid to have it,
2/3 of the price again, I'm sure you can go in a bargain bin and find.
Which is why physical matters, right? Yeah. Physical means I can have the cart in my case, and if my kid wants to play it, they just go grab the cart and pop it into their Switch, and there's no problem. There's no DRM. There's no weirdness involved. The only thing that's weird is the DLC.
I wonder what the price level would be, right? Like Netflix offers 5 usernames or 2 usernames when you buy a subscription and things like that. Why wouldn't Nintendo just do like, hey, you pay?
Well, what's interesting is they already do this.
5 more, you get another license.
They have a family plan for their online account, but it's not the same. Like that's the part that rubs you, right? That makes you so angry. It's like you're already making me pay for this family account, but there's no other. They haven't evolved in their digital ownership.
Yeah.
And here's another thing.
And it's working because
we give a lot of like praise to Game Pass, but Game Pass still does not have a family account.
It's a pain in the ass to play with my kiddo. To be honest with you, it's especially because like I have her registered as a child, so like whenever we want to play Spelunky together, it's like, oh, you have to not Spelunky. Oh, we were trying to play a different game together.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was like, oh, you have to ask your parent for permission, and I'm like, why? I'm logged in. I'm right here with her. Why would this be a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
my kiddos, for example, they have the old 1X in their room, and I've got the Series X in the living room. And first off, for example, earlier today, they were playing a game, and I wanted to hop on and play, but I couldn't play because the moment I opened it up, it was like, oh, well, they're playing on your account. They're playing a game that you own that's on your Game Pass account, and it'll basically say, hey, someone is playing this. If you stop it, you can kill their game session and play the game, but that means that they won't be able to play. And vice versa is the only way I can get around this fix would be here's one of the other problems is in their room they can't play games off of Game Pass under their name because
it has to be your login.
It has to be my login.
Yeah.
The only way I can fix that is if I make their Switch, or not their Switch, their Xbox, the main Xbox, the primary Xbox, and then that way they can play with whatever account. And then on the Series X, I would have to turn it into the secondary account, and it would always kind of authenticate me, which would be fine.
To my kiddo all the time with games that we own on the Game Pass that she wants to play. So yeah, I'm with you on that. She's got to play under my account, Spelunky.
It's weird. Considering that a lot of these games are more expensive, they're, if you bought them full price, $59 or $49 or $39 or whatever. But the counterpoint to this would be iOS or Google or any of the other ones. With iOS, the Apple family accounts if you buy an app, it belongs to the whole family. The whole family can
Yeah,
use it.
they have a more
But the games are cheaper.
interest in keeping the whole family inside the same walled garden, right?
Right, but I mean, like I'm thinking more along the lines of not just Apple, but just the terms of service that Apple set had to have been agreed upon by the app developer. So a good example would be Filmic. It's an app that I use for filming. It's a camera app. It's an expensive one. It's $20.
Okay.
$20 app. It's already expensive, but what the nice part is that it's $20, but you only have to buy it once. And there is no, Apple doesn't have a limitation on like, oh, well, only you can use it and the other family members can't because it's an expensive app. There is no rule or restriction.
Yep.
I pay $20 for it, which means my wife can download the app on her phone, which means my kiddos can download the app on their phone, and they can all use it. And there is no like, oh, you're open and they're not. There is no restriction with that. It's a family account. So the apps that you own, they can download and use to its fullest extent. That's cool. I mean, why can't we do that if we're already paying this premium? Also, Game Pass is already kind of a limited thing. So like, it's like Netflix. Just let me pay an extra $10 a month on Game Pass.
It doesn't need to be 10.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think that's the top of my limit. Like, I'll pay an extra $10 to give me a family Game Pass account and give me 5 members of my family, or 4, whatever you want to make it, and allow my kids to be able to download and play and have their own games.
See, they're trying to, you know what it is that the minute they open that up, gamers will take advantage. You, me, my 2 brothers, and 1 more friend, we'll have 5 people on our Game Pass. We'll split the cost right away.
Sure.
That's what they're trying to avoid.
I mean, that's already what I do. That's exactly what we do with the Nintendo Online expansion pack, right? Like, I've got me, my sister, and a couple of other friends on it. You know, the wife and the kiddo are on it as well. So I think you can have like 7 or 8 people in there. They've got a lot. But what's nice is we split it up, and the $70 I think that we pay a year turns into like each of them pay me $10 or whatever.
Yeah. But they get all mad, right? Nintendo's like, you're stealing from us.
I don't know, because
$70 of revenue.
I mean, it really depends, because all these people that are on it are technically family. Like, they're my kid, my wife, my sister, and then one of her friends,
my cousin, guy down the street to help me with my car.
Dada and Titi, and and Rene, who helped me fix that. You know, I mean, I get it, but I'm just saying, like, what do we call family these days, right?
No, I know this is a very old concept of who a family plan, right? Really, a group plan at this point. Yeah, it's no different than sharing Netflix. Nobody would ever do that.
Well, I mean, Netflix got smart, right? I won't
share my Xbox Pass because I would be angry if someone logged into Spelunky in the middle of me playing it and kicked me off, right?
Well, so Netflix got smart with that, right? Like, at first they were like, they didn't care, and then they recently started cracking down on it more often. Like, if they notice that the IP address is really different in distance or change or whatever, and apparently they would make you re-authenticate. Like, hey, put in this password again. That way you're not sharing it constantly. But now they got smart enough that they're like, well, we've got more devices, so you can have like an account that's got more devices on it. So I have that. I turned that on, and that's because I share my account with my sister-in-law and her kids and all her iPads and whatever. So like it's us and all the kids' devices and the TVs and whatever else, and her and all her kids and devices and whatever. And so like it allows it so that they all log in. They all have their own little picture that they log into, but I've never gotten any nag from Netflix because I'm paying extra. Like, I'm paying that extra, even from the base account that technically allows you to do it. I'm paying extra so that I can have more devices logging in at the same time. I think before it was like 3 devices. If it detected 3 devices at the same time or using it, it would say, "Hey, too many devices are logged in." Now it's like, I never get it.
Hey, thanks for jumping on, Team.
What's going on, Team Pandori?
I've never run into the Netflix problem, but that's just, I don't even have that many devices hooked up with Netflix.
Oh, interesting, Dan. I didn't know that. So I haven't looked into that, but I figured it was probably some sort of like system going on, right? Like, it's got to be, maybe it looks at, I don't know where the limit is at this point for authentication. It's almost like, some of those, what is it? There's a couple of companies that use some of this authentication for age verification.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you try to put in the wrong age with a device that doesn't usually go to websites like that, it would say you're not this age. And you're like, how does that even happen? How does it even know that? How can it guess? How does it know that
you're gathered all the data and knows exactly?
Yeah, because it's looking at cookies. It's looking like it's weird. It's really creepy. So I don't know. I don't know what Netflix
This is
doing.
why I operate under a fake name and delete all my cookies all the time, Joe.
Yeah. That's what it is right there.
This is my life now.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say my kid was sick on Monday, so we spent the day in front of the TV Monday afternoon, and we watched Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring movie. First time the kid's seen it. It blew
3 hour long one, right?
Huh?
Not theatrical, right?
No, theatrical, not director's cut.
How do you even watch the theatrical?
What do you mean? It's the one I watched. What do you think? So it's first of all, the director's cut is 4 hours long. I can read the book in 4 hours, right?
Three and change. 3 and change.
No, it's 3 hours and 56 minutes long.
Is it?
Yeah, it's almost exactly an hour longer than the theatrical version. And also, like, my kid doesn't need all that. Like, an 8-year-old kid sits through 4 hours of movie. She couldn't even do 3. She's like fidgeting at 2 hours and a half. And I'm like, all right, kiddo, let's take a minute. And the book is like 8 hours long.
Yeah. Also, what's nice about the extended, or it has an intermission. Like, there's a physical, like, the book closes and switch disc 2 kind of thing, and the digital version of it also gives you kind of like
my movies to have intermissions. I'm not at the goddamn theater. I need to stretch my legs. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyway, the theatrical version is a really good movie. You don't need another hour to make it a good movie. It's a really good movie.
I haven't seen the theatrical one since the theater. I don't even know. I would be angry watching the theatrical cut because I would be watching. I'm like, wait, where's the scene where what?
Which scene? Go ahead. Which is the critical scene?
I don't know anymore because I couldn't tell you what scene is in the theatrical, which isn't.
Too much me, fluff. The 3 hour version is too much fluff. But the cartoon version is amazing. Is that what cartoon version? What?
Yeah, the cartoon Lord of the Rings. Remember the old 70s, like...
That's The Hobbit. Was there a cartoon Lord of the Rings?
There was a Lord of the Rings cartoon, and
I don't remember it. I remember The Hobbit. I don't remember a cartoon Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Team Pandora, I don't know. Is it appropriate for an 8-year-old? Because she had nightmares after The Secret of NIMH, right? That's
oh wow.
That was too scary for her. And some of those 70s and 80s cartoons are real trippy as hell. I don't think I've seen any versions since the theater. All right, Dan. That's Wait, so Brandon Brown is obviously a Star Wars. I was like, is that a riddle? There's only one Return of the King. That's the Jedi, right?
So it actually, the cartoon actually starts like this, like live action, like silhouettes telling you.
I remember the silhouettes. Okay, yes. All right, I remember this movie.
So this is the beginning, but then like the whole beginning, and then it cuts into animation.
All right, that's Lord of the. Okay, so this is the intro. This is okay.
Yeah, this is the intro.
I'm completing Hobbit. Probably watched them both at the same time.
You probably have.
I'll show my 7-year-old later this month. Nice. So Adam, I disagree, man. I don't need 45 minutes of bag end. Like the 3-hour cut is like, it's tight. It's spectacularly edited. It gets.
I'm still angry at Peter Jackson for not giving us the battle at the battle in the Shire.
You don't need it.
Yes, we do. I need it.
When I need it, Peter. I'm like, all right, rings destroyed. Boom, throw that book. I'm like, no, I don't even need the rest of that shit. It's all extra crap.
Oh man. This is freaking. Yeah, so this is the animated one. This is the. It's all rotocast. It's like all like people that was.
What up, dude? Yeah, Gondo shows up stoned as hell because everything is
That's right.
This is, for the record, this is not the version we watched. Who the hell is Tom Bombadil?
Oh my god! This guy. See, that's how we know. I need that extra hour. I love it.
I don't need any of that shit. That's just fluff. That's garbage. That's nothing.
So what?
You want a decent version of The Hobbit, Star Wars Episode 1 to 3? Do check the fan subs. They always make these movies watchable. So yeah, that it's tight editing and a nice run is how. Wait. When you say Dune, which version of Dune are you talking about?
There's a fan edit of Dune, like the old 19 84 version.
It doesn't need to be an edit.
No,
Tom's not even in the 4-hour version. Is he? Tom Bombadil's in the Hobbit though, right?
No, he's in the. He's supposed to be in the Lord of the Rings, and he's not. Peter Jackson cut him out completely.
Good.
So he's not even in it.
Didn't need it. Anyway. My daughter loved it. She asked questions. She really enjoyed it. One of the things I kept doing was I kept saying the line right before the character said it, which she's like, "How many times have you seen this movie?" And I'm like,
"Did you put on your Legolas wig to watch it? Because I know he's your favorite character."
Not Legolas. -1 to your rolls. Not Legolas. My daughter totally was like, my favorite one is the elf Legolas, and I'm like, oh. What have I done wrong? Karmic justice on me that she loves Legolas. But Legolas is the archer, right? And she likes archery, so that's I get it.
Oh man, I know what she's getting. She's getting it for a gift.
What was fun was when she was like, "Who's your favorite?" And I told her Boromir. And when Boromir does the whole betrayal thing, she looks at me like, "What the hell is your problem?"
That's what I'm talking about. This is true Mid-Geek right here. Just showing your kids the Lord of the Rings, and they're like, "What? Huh? I don't get it." Yeah, our kiddo too was like, "What? What's going on? He's gonna get the ring. He's gonna get the ring." I remember we watched it last year. Although it was hard to get through.
Is Frodo dead? Is Frodo dead? Every time Frodo almost dies, I'm
like, shut up and watch it.
Watch the movie. It's so good. So the older Dune added extra scenes, different color correction, deleted the old bits. Wow, I might have to go back. So the David Lynch Dune, they added some extra scenes, different. All right,
I'm interested. I might have to look at. I know that for example, I've seen the fan edit, like the despecialized versions of Star Wars. You can buy those. There's actually people that resell the Blu-ray three Blu-ray discs of the despecialized. The Harmy despecialized edition. He scanned a whole reel, went through, color corrected, and made sure to add all of the, took out all of the like special edition crap and made it the original cut as best as he could. Wow. And it looks great, and it's a great experience to watch because you look at it and you're like, oh man, all of that was added by Lucas. Ugh. You kind of
a lot of adding.
Yeah.
So Go Ashton Go says, wait, not even Faramir. Hilarious moment. My kiddo confused Faramir and Boromir, so she's looking at him and she's like, "Didn't he die I thought he was dead from the." But like you watch Lord of the Rings and you realize that a lot of characters don't quite die. They come back in like 2 scenes later, or there's some moment that reverses their death, and so it's it's okay. She can confuse the two, right? Frodo doesn't die like 3 times in the first one. Gandalf doesn't die twice in the first one. Like a lot of the characters don't die when they're supposed to die. And Boromir does die, but she thought it was Faramir. Boromir was Faramir in the 2 Towers.
Wait, so y'all watched all 3 movies?
No, we watched the whole first one, and then today she was sick again. We watched half of 2 Towers today.
Oh, okay.
Also, the theatrical version, for the record, we watched it. I'm curious as to how they could make the 2 Towers even more boring by adding another hour to it. I mean, it's already the most boring of the 2 books. I don't know what another hour would add.
The hot takes this man takes.
I love the like chase for the halflings and the whole Ents and the whole Isengard part, but the walking sandwich.
Thank you. I'm like, these takes. It's the best book and movie. It's the Empire Strikes Back.
DJ, the 2 Towers is boring as heck. It's a boring book.
Oh,
it is a travelogue through boring territory. It's
Rohan.
It's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Boring as hell. Just boring. Sorry, everybody. That's it. I'm not coming over now.
these takes.
More takeout for me, Doctor.
Walking. Even the trees walked in that movie.
Yeah, and like slow shots of Frodo almost dying. Right. That's nothing is as bad as the Hobbit movie. Nothing is as bad as the Hobbit movie.
Nothing as bad as the Hobbit movies. As much as I want to like them, they're just awful because they stretched a book into 3 movies. There just shouldn't have been. You want to give me a fan
like
edit?
Stretching a 3-hour movie into 4. You don't need to do
It's
it.
an 8-hour book. Like, I mean, come on. Like, there's content there. I'm just saying, the Hobbit movies. If there's a fan edit of that, give me all 3 movies recut into one movie. I'll watch that. I'll pay for that. Give me that. That is a version that needs
one movie for you. Is that a 6-hour film? Right? What's one movie for you?
4.
Oh.
I'll do a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Look, I'm sorry. To me, a movie that's 4 hours is not a big deal to me. I like cinema, and when I go into a movie, I feel like I'm getting bang for my buck for 4 hours. Like I don't know. It's just the way I've always been.
No, I know. I can't do it. I can't do 4 hours. I'm asleep after hour 3, or I want to do something else after hour 3, give or take. It's a large commitment, man. You go to an 8 o'clock showing, you're not walking out till midnight. That's
interesting. Yeah, I mean, we walked in. We had a 7 o'clock showing of the Batman, and it's 3 hours long, 2 hours and 56 minutes, and we walked out of there, 3 hours and change afterwards because of previews and all that kind of stuff. So
I'd rather have 2 movies. I'd rather pay twice.
No, I mean, I don't like that. I don't know. That's me. I mean, I like long movies. I'm a fan of
4 hours without peeing. My prostate,
I did take the kids. I'm like, as soon as the lights went low, I was like, okay, which one of you needs to pee real quick?
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna head this off right now.
Well, I mean, because we had the gallon of Pepsi. Pepsi, not Coke. The theater that I went to had Pepsi, so it was
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I mean, it was ludicrous.
Right of the free down there.
Yeah, I know, right? Giant tub of Pepsi and a big old the Batman with a bobblehead on the top, and then a big old the Batman tub of popcorn.
Oh, where is it? Is it on the shelf back there?
No, the kiddos asked for it. He's like, "Can I have it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, kiddo." He wanted it.
So. Oh, there you go. You made it a thing. That's pretty awesome.
One of the nice things about going to the Batman like this was also I realized that this was my kiddo's Batman movie. Like I remember when my dad took me to 1989 Batman, and my kiddos weren't old enough. Like he wasn't old enough for the Dark. I wasn't going to take him to the Dark Knight Rises, and
yeah, because he's 12, right?
Yeah, he's 12 now. But like, think back when that movie came out, he was too young for those movies. Definitely too young for the Batman Begins, and all of that happened to be before he was born. So this is the Batman movie that came out at an age where he could remember and watch it. So like, yeah, he's 12 now, and so I took him to the Batman.
Dude, I mean, I went to see Batman with my dad at a theater in the Bronx, and it was great, except it was the summer, right? No air conditioning. The air conditioning broke, so it was hot and stanky, but it was empty, so we got to enjoy it, right? It was like there wasn't as much crowd yelling at the screen as you would normally have. But for some reason, the theater owners or runners decided to open the exit doors, which went out right into the sunlight.
So then, like, the sun just comes in,
destroyed the screen for the last, 8 minutes of the film, and everyone's, booing and yelling. They're throwing stuff at the screen. It was a different Batman experience, right?
Yeah. I mean, definitely Batman I on the contrary, I think Batman Forever is still better than Batman and Robin. For sure. Like I would hate to have taken my kid to be your first Batman movie.
Which is the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Is that Batman and Robin?
Batman and Robin.
All right, yeah.
Although I have a love-hate with that one because I love Arnold as Mr. Freeze. I think he's hilarious in the role. He really played the part. He does his one-liners constantly. It's such a silly role.
Oh yeah, he has a mouthful of scenery the entire film.
Yeah, and the entire suit is fantastic. I mean, they had lights glowing to point at his teeth, so his teeth were glowing fluorescent blue the entire movie. It was fantastic. Again, that movie is like love-hate. Uma Thurman is awful as Poison Ivy. There's just all these things like Sarah Silverstone with her weird tooth thing. She constantly lifts her lip when she talks. It's I don't know.
Remember when she was like. Yeah, you meant Batman and Robin. There you go, Team Pandora.
Yeah, there we go. It's not a tumor. Yeah, no.
His greatest role ever was Kindergarten Cop.
But yeah, I remember going. We went to a midnight showing of Batman, and it was the days of before buying a ticket and getting your ticket number. A seat signed. So. We got there. I mean, I know. It seems like
those days were 3 years ago.
No, dude, they were 10 years ago, at least for us. Because when I left Austin, my Alamo Draft House and all those started doing the assigned seats thing, and then the theaters all started adding
It's wild
letters.
to me that the land of the free started to assign seats when in New York.
I know, but I think it was more along the lines of like they, too many guns whipping out for the seats, because that's they're diffusing the violence.
Meanwhile, in New York, like it was a time-honored tradition to bring extra coats so you could hold 35 seats.
Yeah, it's also stressful. I think back to that. I love the fact that we have assigned seats now, because the stress of like knowing that the seats that you have, being able to go and get popcorn. I mean, why didn't theaters do this long ago? It blows my mind, because it allows you to go, hey, let me go calmly go to the restroom, get my popcorn, as opposed to go hold the seats. I'll run and get popcorn. It's so stressful.
It's taken.
Take it. Put seat down. Sit over there. Move two seats over. Yeah, hated that.
It was a surprise to go to a theater in Syracuse with Joe and not have assigned seats. We were like, what the?
Yeah, it's weird. Like again, it was weird to go to a theater without assigned seats.
The most uncivilized part of New York is the fact that we.
But I remember my dad taking me to go see Batman '89, and we went and we were there like 3 hours before the movie, right? And we sat in line, so we were sitting outside of the theater on the floor for who knows how many hours until our turn to go watch the movie, right? Because multiple showings had started, and we were just kind of going. It was just a pain, but I remember vividly waiting in line for that movie, and that was my Batman experience. I remember vividly going.
I went home and painted a Batman sigil on the back of my jean jacket. That's how dope I was at 12 years old.
Then you went quickly to the vinyl store and picked up the soundtrack by Prince, right?
No. Vinyl. No, it was a cassette tape that I bootlegged.
You bootlegged. There you go. You found someone that paid the money like a sucker, or you bought the bootleg from the guy down the street.
The guy's selling it right there on a rug. Why would I go to the store?
The guy in the rug is selling it for $2.50. Oh man.
Bootleg life.
Real quick, before the end of the show, I wanted to bring up something. We've done this before. We've talked about it before for organizations for Black Lives Matter and a bunch of other Itch.io.
Itch.io.
So they're doing a fun bundle for Ukraine thing, and it's again one of those massive 1,000-game, 733 creators, 992 items. Pay $10 and you get all these games.
Save $7,000.
I mean, it's a ridiculous, a ludicrous amount of indie games and paper, tabletop and music and all sorts of fun stuff. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But that said, Skatebird is on there, which is a kind of a brand new game. And so there you go. Does not include a Steam key. If you want that, go buy it on Steam. So this is just one of those you buy it and you get the game.
So if in case your ludicrously long Steam list doesn't give you enough anxiety in all the games you haven't played, go and pay $10 for
get 1,000 games you're never going to play. But the idea is
Kingdom Two Crowns is great. Wander Song is great. These are all games that I've beaten and played. They're great. Crosscode is actually more fun than I thought. Actually, this is a Super Hot is awesome.
Yeah, so many Super. I mean, it's a great list, man. A couple puzzle games. Dumpy Bumpy, I've played that before. A Zero Ranger, this is a good one too. If you like that, it's kind of like a Master Blaster kind of.
Is that Troika, the role-playing game, PDF edition of it? That's.
Where is that?
It's the 4 over Troika. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? Wow, that's a pretty old school role-playing game. It's been around for a long time, but folks really dig that Troika. 116 pages. Wow.
Yeah.
That's worth $10 alone.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's pretty neat. But again, go check it out. I mean, go to itch.io and I think it's minimum $10.
So support Ukraine. What is this money doing? What are they doing with this money?
So let me look here. There is definitely, it'll tell you what they do.
Are they putting a bounty on Pew and are they adding to the bounty? Is that?
So let's see here.
This sounds saying,
the people of Ukraine are under attack as game developers want to create new worlds, not to destroy the ones we have. That's why we've banded together to present this charity bundle. Here, I'll put it back on screen. It says here, over 700 will join in to donate their work. All proceeds from this bundle will be split between the following charities. International Medical Corps provides medical assistance in the region. They have very low phone order. They're funding overhead 1% of income. 89% of the donations go into medical aid and 10% to administration. And so this is good to know. You definitely want to know where your charity money is going because it's important.
you don't want to hand over.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many charities are like, oh, we're going to give everything to like
Voices of Children. Okay, all right, that's a good one too.
A Ukrainian organization that helps children cope with the horrors of war, PTSD, readjusting to school, and getting back to being kids. They also have been doing a lot of grassroots impromptu work during the war, such as helping set up shelters. Our hope is that this war will be over soon and they can begin the work of healing these kids' hearts.
Well, that's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, again, of these 1,000 products, more than 600 have never been in a major bundle before. Several prominent developers and publishers signed up to itch.io, and they've been adding more like day by day. Like
that's what happened with the last bundle they did. They got
when I saw it last, Skatebird wasn't one of them yet. So I need to log in and check what's been added. But yeah, no, I mean it's cool. Again, all proceeds will be split.
Holy cow! This is a lot of high-end indie games. So yeah, so if you're looking for an indie package outside of your Elden Ring gaming,
I mean, check it out, Towerfall.
Yeah, well, that's on every package ever, right? That's
well, I mean, still, I mean, you get the expansion and the. I paid $40 for that with the game and the expansion on Xbox. So like just recently, because I didn't have it on Xbox, I only had it on PlayStation, so I wanted to play it on Xbox.
I didn't realize Towerfall was on Xbox.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop. We're not buying any games.
But yeah, I mean, a ton of games, man. A ton of games. A ton. I'm excited to kind of go through here and figure it out.
It's not just. There's also role-playing games in there. It looks like some text editors. Actually, some pretty cool stuff. This is itch.io is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you play these games? So, if it's anything like the last package I bought, you go to the itch.io account, you log into it, and you just download directly from there right onto your computer. So
right. So some of them are full on, EXEs. You run them and play them. Some of them are keys for Steam.
Exactly.
So if they give you a Steam key, then you go to Steam and launch it. Some of them, if they're tabletops, they're usually PDFs or some sort of paper. If it's music, it's usually a pack, and then you just download it, and it's usually lossless. Like I've seen them give it to you in MP3 and FLAC, depending on the developer. Again, it's however the developer wants to give it to you, which is what's nice.
It's literally a big bundle of stuff. Any games with uncensored melons? Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, again,
last package I bought had some adult-esque content.
Yes. Yeah. So because this is an indie kind of a aggregation site, like for selling and trading and whatnot, they don't really have any rules on what you can. And a lot of these developers, they do have some risque content or whatever. But again, that's
but more like R-rated, not.
Yeah,
I haven't played it as NC-17, right?
Yeah, there isn't anything like any like heavy sexual like content. It's usually like it's more artsy or more like like games dealing with sexuality and anything like that, like drama.
I mean, Joe says that, but like honestly, I don't troll that part of the web that often, so I don't. They might, right? Go for it, Team Mendory. Let us know if you find NC-17 content on there that's worth playing, right? I don't. Right, Joe? I'm not experimenting with games that have NC-17 content for the most part.
Yeah, no. But I'm thinking.
And then to bring it back for Adam, do it for the children cautious. Are you talking about donating to Ukraine? Hard pass, because I don't like children.
We have enough of those at the house.
Yes, I have. I have one. I'm done.
I'm done. Yeah, I've given my contribution to life.
Good stuff.
But yes, all right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Episode 166 of the Mid-Geek Crisis. Like, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up button wherever you can. Share, do whatever you need to do.
Well, the timer starts now. You got until April 16th to watch Batman. Otherwise, spoilers.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll talk in spoilers later. I really want to maybe have an episode where I talk to someone that's watched it. Maybe I'll have to send you $20 to go to the movies.
You have friends. Talk to your friends that have seen it.
You're my friend. You're my only friend. Yes, and again, happy Mario Day for sure on Thursday. Go check out. Go get one of those games that you probably don't have, or buy another copy of it for your Switch that can't play the copy that you already bought.
Come to PAX East, everybody. We're going to be there. So that's in April. If you get a chance, we're going to be in the Boston area in April. Check us out.
Yep.
Like, subscribe, follow, all the good stuff.
Appreciate it, everyone. Our job is still
cheating.
And again, capitalism, baby, is killing us. Man, another week in the can. Take care, everyone. Love you.
Be kind.